Alright, first and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Harakak Wadash, the balance unto the apostles and the elders of great men, that surely do well. Peace and blessings goes out to the brethren out there, throughout the four corners of this world, that push this world, this truth, in all sincerity, and with all diligence. Your brother Matt and I here, once again, coming to do a quick lesson here. And there's gonna be based on the lies that they spread, to have you people remain asleep. And when I say remain asleep, means I mean to remain, ignorant of the things that that are taking place, or the things that they are preparing to bring upon you people. Namely the MOTB, right? And this is just two images that I just kept, because yesterday they had the budget, the national budget for this country, which is Trinidad, clearly seen, and they talk about the economy growing and wheat sweetener. They put on $2 $2 the minimum wage, and the $2 is from $20.50 $20.50 to $22.50. And for those of you who are not from Trinidad, to put it into context, minimum wage is $22.50. A loaf of bread is $17.50. Some is $19. You understand? So I had to work a whole hour to buy a loaf of bread. A pound of tomato is $25. So minimum wage can't even, if you work an hour, you can't even afford to buy a pound of tomatoes. You understand? I just show you how bad it is. Yet still they would say the economy has grown for 3 consecutive years. And who would be the ones that are benefiting off the growth of the economy, if it is true, and if inflation has slowed down? None but the rich and the wealthy in the country, in the land. It had a guy for the budget. For the budget, all the ministers and the opposition ministers, they go in parliament for the care of the budget. And before the budget started, the Prime Minister, Keith Rowley, said the period of 2025 to 2027 gonna be a hard period, a difficult period. And when he came into government in 2015, he said to tighten your belt, because you're gonna do things to save the economy. Yet still, he had a guy went outside of the parliament and all of the ministers was there, and he's showing you that these men saying that you had to tighten your belt and difficult period ahead, and yet still watch their vehicles, not one ordinary vehicle in sight. From Range Rovers to the Benz. Now, across there in states, Benz might be nothing, but down here, really expensive. Toyota Prado is really expensive. Range Rover, these are $1 million vehicles down here. RAV4, all these things. So they telling you one thing and they practicing another thing. And they have people that are, as long as they say it, because they are the experts, hope people view as the experts, that means that is exactly what it is. What the scripture say otherwise. What the scripture say? It says, woe to them that are at ease in Zion and trust in the mountain of Samaria, which are named chief of the nations, to whom the house of Israel came out. The mountain of Samaria is America, but since all these nations rule their or set up their system and after the manner of the US, guess what? They could fall into that same category. Same laws, same philosophies they push in, same doctrines. The scripture say, woe to them that at ease in Zion. So all you jigs that, still believe that this man is for you, that this man really trying to help you. When I said this man, I talk about the leaders or the so-called whites or Edomites, as the scriptures call them. That he is for you and he is trying to actually develop the world for your benefit, then you are asleep. That's why they say they call it the American dream, because you had to be asleep to believe it. Yeah, because you only dream when you're asleep. It says, jump down to verse 3, it says, ye that put far away the evil day and cause the seat of violence to come near. And putting far away the evil day, making you, the people, unprepared. Because they could just come out blatantly and say the economy is in shambles, and it have financial advisors, it have people that actually look into the economy, and they would say that it is in shambles, but yet still they would say, these ministers would say, the economy has grown for the past 3 consecutive years, so that you would think they are in good standing and they would go and vote them in again. It says, ye that put far away the evil day and cause the seat of violence to come near, that lie upon beds of ivory and stretch themselves upon their couches and eat the lambs out of the flock and the calves out of the midst of the stall. And that is his leaders. They won't advise you to do the right thing. They won't advise you to serve the Lord. They will advise you to be, to oppress and to thieve, and to steal and to rob. They had to do it in a smart way. You can't just go out your guns and your knives or whatever you want to use and do these heinous crimes. You had to do it like them. It had to be white collar crime. It had to be jacket and tie crime, so that you won't you won't be deemed a bad person after all. Because that is what they do. They condemn the thieves, they condemn the robbers, they condemn the murderers. But guess what? They're doing it with a pen and a paper. They're putting into practice these laws, these the decrees that the scripture call them into play, to oppress the poor, to further afflict, the needy and the fatherless and the widow, as the scripture say. The scripture talk about that in I think it's Isaiah 10. Isaiah 10 and verse just Isaiah 10. It says, warn to them that decree unrighteous decrees, that derive grievousness, which they have prescribed, to turn aside the needy from judgment, to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. They do that all day long. Laws into place to tax the hell out of people. Tint laws, car laws, traffic laws that makes absolutely no sense, that can't actually benefit society in any way, that can't reduce any crime or anything like that. Yet still they right to produce like to oppress who? You Israelites, yet still you would believe in them. It says Isaiah 56:11, it says, Yea, they are greedy dogs which can never have enough, and they are shepherds that cannot understand. They all look to their own way, everyone for his own gain from his own quarter. And these shepherds, not just the pastors, but the leaders. Leaders that are in parliament, leaders that are in the White House, leaders that are in the Senate. They don't tell you when danger is coming. They don't tell you when harm or peril is on its way. They don't tell you when war is on the horizon. They keep it quiet if they know. And the scripture say, greedy dogs which can never have enough. They're tax exempt from everything. They have perks. They have funding for everything and everything you could think about in their life. And they have a salary which you don't touch. Yet still, they would thief millions, possibly billions out of the treasury, out of the economy, out of the money that you, the tax-paying citizens, gave them to use efficiently for the benefit of you all. And they do it and they do it again, and they come and lie and they come and smile and they say hooray, and they gave you all a music chuck to jump up behind and back to sleep again. It says, Come ye, say they, I will fetch wine, and we will fill ourselves with strong drink, and tomorrow shall be as this day, and much more abundant. So that is the that is the everyday norm of these people. Lies, push lies, tell the people what they want to hear. The scripture had it done perfectly. As I can say, this book is a man write this book. Man-made book. All scripture is given by inspiration of the Most High. 2 Timothy 3:16. All scripture. It says Amos 9 verse 10. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. So you're saying the evil won't come. How long you all saying you're not gonna come? Since my grandmother was small. Where he is. So they believe that because it didn't happen yet, it will never happen. But what they don't understand is that because it didn't happen yet, that means it's closer. Every day that they're closer to the day of doom. It's not the further away, it's that they're closer to. So you people could continue believing the lies that the ministers tell you, that the pastors tell you, that your parents tell you, that your university lecturers tell you about the economy and about society and this and that and that and that. At the end all be all gonna be the so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans gonna rule, and there ain't gonna be any fucking philosophy or doctrine to save you heathens or to save or to prevent that from taking place. That is the end all be all of this circus that's taking place. So that's I want to give all praises and glory unto Yahweh Shemel Shaiba Shamal Kakulash. Double unto the apostles and the elders agreements to naturally do well. Peace and blessings until next time I say inshallah.